Ana Torres learned to work with wood growing up on her grandmother's farm in El Salvador. She built her own treehouse there when she was just 8 years old.
I would just get lost in the farm looking for materials and building things all the time. It was a time for me to just kind of express myself.
After she moved to the U.S. to live with her mother, she used those skills to help her brother fix up their house.
And that's how I got into a little bit more of my confidence and learning. My mom started buying tools for me.
The skills she honed over time remained a hobby as Ana pursued a career in social work.
My grandma passed away. And then there was a point in my life like what am I actually doing?
Ana quit her job and started woodworking full-time, operating ACT Designs out of her basement until 2019 when she moved to a studio in Worcester.
It gives me joy. It's my time to I feel relaxed. I feel like a piece is carrying my feelings, what I'm going through at the time. It's a piece of me to someone that values that piece and believes in what I do.
She channels those emotions to create beautiful, one-of-a-kind doors, tables, and other custom furniture.
I really like working with live edge wood. I love giving the wood the natural shine that they already have and just exposing that.
Since starting her own business, Ana's taught herself how to cut metal, weld, and work with epoxy.
It is a very sensitive material to work with. It has to be very precise.
She pours her passion into design, each piece destined to become a treasured heirloom.
10 years ago, I built my first table for one of my friends, and it's his pride and joy. I went to his house the other day, and I felt so much joy to see something that I built, right? 10 years ago, it's still upstanding.
A sense of gratification made greater because it's a dream realized.
I feel very blessed to be able to do this.
Rebecca Long is a talented viola player who quit her job in finance to also pursue a greater ambition.
I really had the burning urge to climb Mount Everest, but when I went to my employer to ask for leave to take that climb, they denied it.
The Andover native had only been mountaineering for a couple of years, but was quickly drawn toward extremely daring climbs, Mount Rainier in Washington and Aconcagua in Argentina. Next, she set her sights on the highest mountain in the world.
I threw myself into it, so I really ramped up my cardio. I continued with my weightlifting so I could still be strong. Did a lot of research to figure out how to actually get to Nepal. You use this as you're climbing, and you can use it to arrest yourself in case you start falling into a crevasse. So, very useful tool.
With the help of professional guides alongside a team of other climbers, Rebecca ascended all 29,000 feet.
The high elevation was physically and psychologically one of the toughest parts. At the summit of Everest, there's about a third of the oxygen available as there's at sea level. And you're just constantly gasping for breath. You can't think straight.
Rebecca was the only woman on her team, and unlike her other expeditions, she was surprised to meet resistance from some men on the team.
I was probably the least experienced of the group. Most of the others had Himalayan experience or climbed taller mountains, and they were all men, of course. A couple of them in particular didn't hold back at all on being condescending to me, judging me for asking questions.
Disappointed but determined, Rebecca said those intimidation tactics actually helped motivate her.
At tough points, I'd be like, come on, you gotta prove them wrong.
As she did.
There is, of course, while you're approaching the top, that elation, that absolute ecstasy of finally making it to the top.
Now, back at sea level, Rebecca is channeling this experience to pursue a career in professional speaking.
I always like to challenge myself. Once I started climbing mountains, I just wanted to get as high as I could. If I could go to space, I probably could too. But I just really love the challenge, especially when anyone tells me that maybe it's not possible or I shouldn't do it.
And Rebecca says her goal is to climb the 7 summits.
The tallest mountain on every continent
And she recently made it back from Patagonia in the Patagonia region in Chile, excuse me, and she was able to make several summits there.
Oh, good for her. It's incredible. Still ahead, it's time for some wine.